The Mike and Tony Show is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
This is Kevin Rossi.
And this is Julia Rossi. And we are Gray Domain because between DIY and refined, there's a little bit of gray, and that's our domain.
And you're listening to The Mike and Tony Show.
It's episode 208, my friend. It is a Saturday morning, starting just a little late. It's been kind of a wild week.
Yes.
How are you, man?
Doing all right, man. It's just, like you said, wild. It's been tough, as everybody knows. That's on social media. I had a brother-in-law that just recently passed away. And so, it's been a hectic week.
It's always hard, man.
Yeah.
And there's so much involved. We were kind of talking about how, like, in the movies, you see it, somebody passes away, and it's just over.
Yeah.
Everybody moves on, and it's, you have the funeral maybe in the movie, and that's about it. But you don't realize how much behind the scenes, we as adult humans, we have built up intricate lives, with all sorts of details, with material things that we own and finances and all this kind of stuff, and all those things have to be worked out when a person is no longer here.
Yeah. I know. It's like we were saying before, it's stuff like you got to take care of. You got to take care of the apartment. You got to take care of the car.
Sure.
All those bills. A cell phone, like stuff like that.
Right.
And somebody has to do that. And unfortunately, it was, it's his parents that have to do all that because they're,
it's a parent's worst nightmare.
Yeah,
it's a parent's worst nightmare. You know?
Nobody wants to outlive their own children.
No.
You're supposed to grow up and watch them grow up.
My kids get mad when I say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm like, no. I definitely better go before you. And they're like, no. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's the way it's supposed to work. I'm way old, dude. Look at me.
Yeah.
I am feeling kind of old, though, Pierce. I really am. My health has been kind of, hit and miss, right? I would say for a couple years. I have not had real good consistency with my health. And I feel it and I know it. Not to mention I am literally just getting older. I mean, my next birthday is my 46th birthday. The gray is just every day there's more gray in the beard. My wife was noticing the gray in the hair. She has to tell me that she's noticing the gray in the hair. But so we had this big event at school yesterday. It's called Fright Night. We do it once a year. It's our biggest event of the school year. Okay. Everyone loves it.
All right.
People from the community come around, and we have all kinds of cool things. We have it's kind of like RimCAD, right? So it's got the tunnels underground. We do tours under there and all that kind of stuff. So it's really fun. But what happens is people love it, and the community knows about it.
Yeah.
And so a lot of ex-students come and join us that night. So I see all kinds of kids that I've taught over the last several years. They were, first of all, I will say the most important thing is that I was overjoyed to see them.
Yeah.
And they were super overjoyed to see me. We were really happy to see each other. It was beautiful. But I got really consistent comments that I looked.
Damn, Mr. Dollar, you look old.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes not even directly to me. They're saying it to each other. Damn, he looks older, huh? I'm like, So I've kind of had like a come to Jesus moment with myself that it's time to stop fucking around.
And you bought Just for Men hair dye. No. I was like, all right, here we go, Tony. Let's see it.
That's funny. That's what my wife was saying this morning. And she's like, you want me to get you hair dye? I was like, absolutely not. No.
Just combing in.
No,
be like those guys at the gym. After they're done working out, they go take their shower and they're in there like, combing. And you can see like little hair dye things in the trash.
No, especially when it looks really obvious. That's the worst.
Oh, God.
People who put that stuff on and you're like,
bro, why is your hair
what is it?
jet black? Like,
it's an unnatural black.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a fan.
I've seen gothic girls with lighter hair than you, bro. Like,
yeah. To me, that's like a non-negotiable for my life. I look how the fuck I look. That just is what it is, right? But to me, it's a bigger picture of like, well, why am I getting that? You know what I mean? Knowing how little sleep, knowing how much stress I've had over the last several years, knowing how much I've neglected my physical health. So I'm in a point where I'm trying to reprioritize how I spend my time.
Okay.
Because what has happened to me over the last several years is that work just has become like
this monster you weren't expecting.
Yeah, but it's become 90% of my life is my point. You know what I mean? There's very little room left for family, sleep, exercise, relaxation, fucking Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have a little bit of that stuff in your life.
You do.
Yeah, you really do. So I'm mapping it out. I'm figuring out what I'm gonna do. Do you know what workout I think I actually am gonna start doing? Because it's a combination of time efficiency and like remember the Spartacus workout back in the day? You got an app now. There's an app for it.
Okay.
And you can just pop it up and it sets the times for you and you can have different settings to do it.
I remember they used to call it the 300.
Yeah. When, like, I remember when the movie was so big. But you do remember we all got pretty fucking jacked doing that. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty well, and it's full body. So that's kind of the reasons I like it. I like it because it gets some cardio in there for me. It also is like it's a 10-minute round. So even in a pinch when your time is effed, if you do 10 minutes, that's good.
Yeah.
It's great for you.
Yeah.
It's not ideal. I'd rather do like 3 rounds, do 30 minutes. But either way, I'm not looking at my weight workouts, which are an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's a time thing. It doesn't mean I'm not going to go back to that. I always love lifting weights. I'm just looking right now in the immediate at how quickly I just need to get myself together.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's a big part of it. And then sleep has to be, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I didn't tell you, we didn't talk a lot this week. I know you had stuff going on, but 2 times this week again, I was in bed at like 3 o'clock.
Oh, Jesus.
Getting up at 5.
What are those scores?
Oh,
20.
Oh, I can pull them up.
15. I got a 15 sleep score.
Bro,
God damn. Dog.
15. Well, I told you, it's always a problem when I pull it up and instead of just loading my sleep from the previous night, it has a pop-up that says, "Did you want to record a nap?" And you're like, I guess that was my night's sleep, was the nap. Let's see. So sleep, 78 today, by the way.
Oh, there you
68 the day before. Oops, where'd it go? Why is it? 54 the night before. 46. It said time in bed was 2 hours and 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 68, 56. So you know what? That's what happened to me this week. I got away with it the first night somehow. Oh, yeah, there's a 42 in there last Wednesday.
Yeah, so, like, again, my week has been pretty stressful with all that going on, right? Of course. the night of, like I said, when I was at the gym, I was working out, and, like, Tara calls me, and she's like, why it's dead. I was like, oh, my gosh.
Damn, you were at the gym.
And so, I was at the gym. And so I left the gym. I went right over there. And that night I got a 37
Ooh,
sleep score. My restfulness, though, to 88%.
What does that mean exactly? It's like if you fall asleep, restfulness?
Let's see, my restfulness means I was actually asleep for 88% of my total sleep.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't get as much, I guess, the score.
Oh, you weren't really in. Yeah, okay. You weren't going to sleep.
37 was that one there too, and it was just like, because I had to go over and talk to Callie.
Yeah,
and
of course,
explain things, and it's rough. Again, like the movies don't go into all that stuff when somebody dies.
No. Nope.
That
they just move right past.
You have to explain to a child, why their uncle will not be there, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, this shit's hard, man. It is hard. But we got to take care of ourselves while we're here, right? And that's what I think about too.
Yeah.
I think about mortality. Sure. And at my age, fucking around is a lot more dangerous than it was when you're 25.
Yeah. Well, not just the mortality, not the physicalness of it too, but like the emotional part. Like, and that's what I was saying too. Like after it happened, I was like, guys, check on your people, man. Make sure everybody's okay.
Yep. Yes.
If you know that somebody's down, like don't avoid it because it's going to be a burden on you, and you're like,
Weird how that does happen.
Yeah, people are like, oh, I don't really. He has problems, and people don't want to make it their problem, right?
Right.
And so, but at some point in time, we all need somebody. We all need some help, and that's how I was like, check on your people, make sure everybody's okay, man. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I understand it's okay not to be okay, but it gets to a point, where it is not okay.
Yeah, where it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, man, whatever the problems are, people call me, text me, DM me, whatever.
Right.
If you don't have my phone number, DM me and I'll give you my phone number.
It's what's interesting about it is people who are in a really sad state so rarely do reach out.
Yeah.
There's something about it because we all need each other, and it's kind of the cure most of the time. It's like being around people that you love and that love you. that's how you get through that stuff. But so many times when people are in a depressed state, it's the last thing they want to do. They don't want to tell anybody. They don't want to talk about it. It's hard, man. Being a human is hard.
Yeah.
It really is. We don't acknowledge that, I think, enough.
There's more. We have a lot of things to juggle.
Yeah. Yeah, life gets complicated. From the time you're a kid, when you're a kid, it's like just bliss. You're just running around. Who cares? Nothing matters. 1 minute feels like an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Like time moves differently. And then you get older and you accumulate all these responsibilities and there's expectations from society. And then you start having this never ending battle between like who I am on the inside and then how I fit into society or into my community or into the group or whatever. And we struggle with those things. And most of the shit that we do that makes us healthy and happy and stuff, it's not what we instinctively want to do.
Yeah.
Everything from the way we eat food to, how we spend our time staring at screens or whatever. It's so appealing to do those things, but we also are like losing ourselves, losing our lives. And meanwhile, we're avoiding like those thousands of responsibilities, like those things that we got to think about, we got to handle.
Yep.
Yeah. Life, man. It is. It's fucking hard. People don't want to talk about it as much, but I think we have to. Complete Left Turn. Do you see that? I haven't listened to it yet.
If you're saying what I think you're saying,
yeah,
I'm about 45 minutes in.
You're 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I saw one clip on YouTube and then I'm like 3 or 4 minutes in. I was going to start it and then I got interrupted and I haven't finished. So what we're talking about is Donald Trump going on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah.
And before this, he went on Andrew Schultz's show,
yep.
which is Flagrant, I think is what it's called, which is a cool show. I've watched it quite a few times. But did you hear that following that recording of Trump being on there, where he was going to record his next special, the venue pulled out?
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Which is weird just for talking to him. You know what I mean? Like, I guess. Maybe it's too nice to him. Yeah. So talk to me. Is there any takeaways in the first 45 minutes that you've got?
No, I mean, Joe goes about it, and then they point out that, Trump points out that, I know you're a Robert Kennedy guy. He's like saying that. He goes, yeah, he's like, I believed in a lot of his ideals and stuff like that. And they were talking about like, as an independent, you're never going to get anywhere. You have to choose a party. An independent person is never going to get into the White House.
Yeah, that is true.
Because of the money and the backing and just the media, the publicity, right? Yep. It's a two-party system. And that's what it is.
Yeah, there's no other way in.
No, there's no other way in. And so that's what they were like, that's why he had to, back out. He could have been, a Democrat, but he wasn't real feeling how the kids say the vibes right now.
Yeah. Right.
So that's why he decided to go independent. And that's what was the fall of him. And then he decided to, it was a shit show for the Democrats. And that's when he started to endorse Trump. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like it was like right after he made that move too.
Yeah.
Trump did something really stupid. I can't remember what it was.
I forget what it was. Yeah.
And he was like, duh. Like right after he said he supported him.
But what is it? What is it? But then he was, Joe was asking him like, what was it like when you first got to the White House? Was it surreal and this and that? Just kind of asking him like all that kind of stuff. And he was like, yeah, he was like, it was surreal. He's like, I wanted to see what the Lincoln bedroom looked like. It did humanize him a little bit in the very beginning, right?
Yeah, so maybe I don't know how many minutes that is, but I heard that. Yeah. I heard him talking about the Lincoln bedroom and stuff. Yeah.
And so he was talking about that, and he was, talking about the different stuff in the House and the White House and everything. And then they were talking about, appointments, he was like, Joe was like, is there anybody that you regret appointing, to a position? And he's like, oh yeah. He was like, it was cool. There was, and he like, I forget who it was. He said like 2 people, and he was like, they're idiots. He says it. He was like, they're idiots. And I was like, oh my God, dude. It's like,
yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, Joe was just, I'm to the point, like I said, he was just talking to him about the appointments and everything. And where I'm at the point where he was like talking about the assassination attempts. My ear was nearly ripped off. And I was like, I don't know if it was nearly ripped off.
Ripped off. Yeah. Yeah. That was weird that when that happened, how the timing of the way he moved his head and everything.
Yeah.
It's literally true. Like he was a fraction of an inch away from being totally dead right now.
Well, and the other thing too is like, is the second one technically an attempt dollar?
Yeah, right. Does that
I
count?
don't think that counts. Fucking
No.
dude was asleep. Like,
Yeah, he's in the bushes since 2 a.m. or something like that. Just waiting. Yeah, right. It was a plan. Maybe it was a suicide plan. There was a guy who had a plan.
yeah.
Shitty plan. Didn't get close at all.
Well, I mean, but still, he was able to get there onto the course, right? Like that's got to tell you something too. Like, come on, man, up that security game, guys. And this was like right after the first attempt.
Yeah, I'm looking at these. I'm looking at polls. I'm just trying to see, like, they still are actually really neck and neck.
Yeah, I'm sure after it just dropped last night.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, so I'm sure it's just gonna. Yeah, he dropped it at night, and so I'm sure it's gonna, sway some things on Monday when they pull things in, right?
Yeah.
And how, again, very strategic. Like a week before.
Of course, yeah. All these moves.
Yeah.
It is weird watching. I remember, because I told you before, I remember thinking like the Democrats had like that drop the mic moment when they switched it out and all of a sudden it wasn't Biden anymore.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they got him. And I was like, nope.
No.
Now the Republicans are making all these moves and fucking Trump is doing the right things. If Kamala doesn't get her ass on all these podcasts, she's making a giant mistake.
I know, dude.
She has to get on these podcasts. You gotta. It's just the way it is. There's too many people that consume their news and their information in audio format now.
Yeah, exactly.
Listening to podcasts. Yep. And so if you're not taking the time to go on those giant ones that are getting, more hits than any fucking show anywhere, even Flagrant, even that show is huge, bro.
Yeah.
They have a huge amount of people that listen to that. And so when you've got people going on those kind of shows now, that's where people are getting it. And the most important part to acknowledge is the difference in format.
Yeah.
That's really it. When you're watching CNN, MSNBC, whatever, you're watching ABC, all these things, it's set up with a specific format. And it's run by commercials and all this shit. But you have these little cutaways where you've got a minute to talk about this, 2 minutes to talk about this. All right. And that's the end of our 7-minute segment with so-and-so.
Yeah.
As opposed to, no, we're going to sit down for 2-3 hours just like this. There's no editing.
Yeah.
It's just you and me, and we're just fucking bullshitting, and we're going to go back and forth. And if I ask you a hard question on the spot and you don't have an answer, it's going to show.
One thing I did get irritated about is like, I feel like Joe on Spotify put in a lot more ads for this.
For sure. I just double checked. I actually am 9 minutes in.
Yeah, okay.
But I've already heard like 2 ads.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow,
dude.
That's crazy.
There's AGI and then something else.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
come on, dude.
Yeah. I hate the AGI ads with a passion now. Because I fucking have AGI.
Yeah.
I use it. I take it every single day. I'm like, you guys can't. Are you listening, phone? Listen, phone.
Stop giving me AGI ads.
Yeah, I don't want AGI ads. It doesn't make any sense.
Do you need more? You need more?
Yeah.
Need more?
Right.
Well, then, if you like it, tell your friends. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, give me money and I'll tell my friends. Have some kind of deals like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get money for giving you people. Yeah, I don't know. I got to listen to the rest of it and kind of see how it goes. I never even listened to the whole one on Flagrant either. Did you listen to any of that one?
I listened to a little bit of it. Yeah.
Are you an Andrew? Do you like Andrew Schultz?
I do like it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's so funny.
Pretty good too, and he's pretty good at roasting too.
That's what I was gonna say. Like his show's all right. I don't listen a ton. It's good, but what I love about him is his crowd work.
Yeah,
he can work with a crowd on the spot so well,
especially hecklers and stuff like that. When
those are funny too. Yeah. I just love the way he just brings people in, and starts talking to them.
Yeah,
and he just immediately, within a couple of seconds, gets right to the funny of the person. Like gets to something funny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the what is it? The one of the funniest ones that I've ever seen, like you said, with crowd work, was one of his specials, and he was talking about being in the military and like who he wants to be in the military with, and he was like, he goes like if I'm in the military, he goes, let's talk about blackface. He goes, at that point in time, blackface is acceptable. He points to these 2 black guys in the audience. He's like, you motherfuckers don't want to be in the bushes with this white ass face as we're shooting at enemies or we're spying on people, right? And everyone started cracking up because that's right. At that point in time, you're going to let me put on fucking blackface so that we don't die.
Yeah, that's funny.
He goes, at the same time, when you let me put on fucking blackface, he goes, and you're not going to let my white ass face be revealed, I'm going to try not to make you laugh so your white ass teeth aren't shown in the dark too.
See, that's how he does it. He can set it up, he builds it, he wins everybody over, and then he drops like what would normally be a you're canceled type of joke.
Yeah.
He's really funny. I love all those comedians. I love the way that media has changed, man. The way we get our information, the way we talk about news.
Did you see your boy Joe Coy is coming back here?
No, I didn't see
Ball
that.
Arena next year? Yeah, they have tickets already, dude. Yeah.
Probably go see him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing Joe.
I think he's coming in March or something like that, I think. I saw the tickets.
Okay. I'll talk to Maya. We definitely want to go.
But yeah, I was like, oh, okay, here he comes.
Yeah. In March, you said, you think?
Something like that. I think I got the notification for it. So, because you know me, I get ticket notifications like
left and right.
Fucking crazy.
So. Yeah. Get all kinds of stuff. Are you trying to go to that game tonight, by the way? Are you going to go?
CU game, yeah. I'm going to CU game. I'm going to take Fran. So, as
nice.
Bruce Leroy if he wants to go, but, he doesn't answer ever.
Oh, he didn't answer you, so you never got to talk to him. I was like waiting to see, like, what's his reason?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, didn't get to talk to him. Yeah, I've been thinking about him a lot. He's on my mind a lot lately. Just the change in direction in his life and everything. Just trying to, it's hard. Fucking, again, we're back to this theme this episode. Life is hard.
Yeah.
Man. It's hard to figure out what you want to do with your time.
Bruce Leroy has done that twice, though, bro.
Yeah.
He was going to be a lawyer, and he went to school for
it works against him that he goes in so hard and so deep and is like so dedicated.
Burns himself out.
So dedicated. Yep. And then burns himself out because the goals are so massive. I remember like me and him. So I don't know if he cares if we even talk about this on the show. Probably he doesn't want us to. Sorry, buddy.
Bruce Leroy. So
yeah, it's Bruce Leroy. What are you going to do? But yeah, we would talk about it. And I remember we just related a lot because me, I wanted to get out of financial aid so bad. And I had like this, I was trying to come up with a game plan. And I remember he started like not even a year before me, maybe a year before me, if that. And so we were kind of on the same thing, but I remember just doing the math and it was like, okay, year one's done. Bam. I have my bachelor's now.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Year two's done. Now I got a teaching licensure. Now I'm in school teaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now I'm working on a master's and the whole time he's working on the same thing.
Yeah.
And then because that's a much bigger goal. Becoming a teacher is like going to be a few years if you want to do it right and get the master's and all that. But if you're trying to become a doctor, dude, are you fucking kidding? Like, you need decades to get through it.
Yeah.
And it's so painful. It was hard for me as his friend just realizing that it's like, nah, my health isn't there. I got to tap out, bro. And to tap out that deep after so much work, so much blood, sweat, tears. Yeah. That's hard.
Well, it's the same thing. Well, he did, like, again, you get frustrated at it too because it's your friend and you're like, man, you took all that time to do all this medical school stuff.
Yeah.
He goes, I passed my clinicals. So he did pass his clinicals, right?
Yeah.
Now he just decides he doesn't want to do that now.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you just did all that work just like when he was with the lawyer thing. He went to school, got his JD.
Yeah.
And he passed his, I think he passed the bar.
We should have him on.
He was like, no, bro. He's like, you don't make that much money. You got to be a lower tiered lawyer, and then you got to work yourself up to a firm and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you can't just start off your own firm with no notoriety. And I was like, damn it, Bruce Leroy.
Yeah. And that, to me, that's the thing that I've made that mistake in my life a number of times. It's this idea of, if you're going to build a plan, you may have all the skills to be someone who executes. You may be the one who's got the discipline to show up every day, the brains to figure out the hard shit. You've got all that in place. But if you have a wrinkle at the very beginning, you know what I mean? Like maybe we're not picking this for the right reason, or maybe this isn't really what my heart wants, or whatever the thing is. If that's there, it's so easy to overlook that shit. And then you get way down the road and you've put so much work, but that one little thing at the beginning when you first made the decision, it wasn't there to be like, hold on, is this the right way to go?
Yeah.
Is this what resonates with me? Because there's no way I'm going to make it through all this if it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there. I know what that feels like. Yeah. Well, life is hard. It is. It really is.
Yeah. No, I was commenting on your little poster here that you had from your show last week.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it has been so nice to get out and play. Oh, yeah, check that out. They gave me a few. Is that only one
Look at
there?
that. No, there's a couple in there.
Yeah, you're
Look
welcome
at that.
to
It
have
says
one.
$20. Like, you got to frame this up, buddy.
Yeah, I am. I know. Look at me.
that.
I still have my fucking amazing art over here. Like, I just need to get some time. The studio's a mess. You can't really see anything but us, but just too much going on here. Look at my gig stuff. It is so nice to play gigs, though. It's been really, really fun. And I'm gonna, full disclosure. You know how busy I am.
Yeah.
I went into this. This was like a 2+ hour. It was supposed to be. It was a 3-hour window, and they wanted me to play 2 hours of it.
Okay.
And I ended up playing more like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Okay.
Just because I just kept going. People were having fun. But I went into it super unprepared, dude. Like, you realize I don't play all the time anymore.
Yeah.
And so when I went into it, I knew that, and I was just like, fuck it. And so I just jumped in. It went great. Everything went great. I had one major fuck up. I can't remember what song it was, but I was rapping and just had one of those mumble, and it was just funny, and everyone saw it. There was no avoiding it. And so then what I did was I stopped the loop pedal, and then I went with it and started giving myself a beat on the guitar, and then I just started free flowing about fucking up, like the whole thing. And then I stuck the landing, and I was like, and then we jumped back in, hit the button, went going, and everybody was like, ah, and I was like, yeah, that could have gone the other way though.
Oh my
Got to
God.
prepare in life. Got to prepare, man. Just because I've been playing forever, you realize I haven't played a song. If you haven't played a song in 7 years,
Yeah.
now you're in front of people. There's no like, let's run it through and see if it works. Like, you better fucking have your shit together. But it was fun. It just reminds me how much I love playing music. I love
$20 comeback tour.
It's just weird because all I was thinking, I told you in the beginning, I just want to start doing it. Myra's looking for a part-time job still, by the way, because we're stacking money for Philippines.
Yeah.
Not only for our trip year after next, but retirement. We're going to retire there. And so we're just putting a lot of money aside just for that. And so 100% of my gig money is all going to that. And it's just funny to me that was my mindset. And when I was playing all the time, I played so many gigs, dude, where nobody's listening. You're sitting in a corner, no one cares. And these first 2 gigs that I've gotten coming back caught me off guard because I'm thinking, oh, these are weird. One's like in Morrison at an art gallery, this one here.
Yeah.
Then one's in Aurora at an old beat up bar, that we've all been to 1,000 times, thinking it wasn't going to be great. And at both venues, there were super avid music fans. They were engaged and enjoyed it. And to me, I was like, man, that brings back the joy to me of playing music, because that's the whole point, you know? Because I do think about sometimes even when I play at home, I'm like, it just somehow seems a waste, not to sound like full of myself, but just to, like we talked about, how many years have I put into music? Like, I have been playing the guitar since I was 15 years old, dude. That's 30 fucking years I've been playing guitar. And it seems like, if you don't get out and share songs that you're writing with people, then what's the point? Why are you writing them? Put them out there, man. Let people hear them.
Don't deny us. Don't deny us of that dollar.
I have to fix my Spotify, dude, because or my music in general, because it's through a distribution, so it's on everything, Apple Music and stuff. But it's weird, an odd collection of like 6 songs I have. Up, and everyone there was telling me, oh yeah, I'm listening on Spotify, I listen to your music on this, and I'm just like, oh, that's your favorite song, and then like they say one, and they're like, oh, either that one's okay, or oh my god,
Music's on there,
bro, and that's the one I can't get off. Do you know that?
Music's on there. You're the new Dancing in the Sunshine that's up on there too.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's on my playlist, bro.
On what do you listen to?
Spotify.
The new Dancing in Sun. Are you talking about the one that's like the studio recording with the band? Yeah, that one's up. Yeah, not a fan of that one. I really need to get a better one up of that one. There's some ones. The ones that I'm happy with like that new one, Mountain High. I like that one on there. I like Patience and Pain is good, but it's just funny how much. Oh, look at that! Look, speak of the devil. I'm almost tempted to take the call, except we'll be talking to Freshie for the rest of the podcast. There'll be no fun facts. There'll be nothing else. I see you calling there, bud. I'll give you a call back, Fresh. But it makes me realize, because I was going through my stuff and I have so many acoustic recordings already that I just never put out because I always felt like I had to like studio produce shit. But I really want to just start putting up raw music.
Yeah, you have Let Go Fly, Soar.
Mm-mm.
No?
No, maybe you have all that.
Oh.
You must have had it when that shit was actually
when I could
published
download it.
and you downloaded it.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder how many people in your situation that have those songs. I'm glad you have them. But no, those are, if you go now, it's different what's up there. There's only a handful. I took things out of other albums and put them all onto this one called Diamond in the Rain, which has like a few tracks on it. It's got like 4 tracks or 5 tracks on it.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
have
an EP.
music on here. I have
Music I
Yeah.
can't get rid of because that was when I had a manager that published it under the label. And so there's the Dancing in the Sunshine.
This is the
What is that on YouTube or something?
no, this is
Oh, no,
on
that's the
Spotify.
recorded
Yeah,
version.
that's the recorded one, yeah. I have the one on YouTube too.
Yeah. No, but I have a bunch of shit. I just need to put it out. And here's the other thing. I pay for an unlimited plan for distribution. I could literally put out 5 songs every day.
Yeah.
And unlimited.
Unlimited,
And
yeah.
I have a bunch of shit already recorded. I have plenty of new ones I should just record. It's the overthinking that gets me. I feel like I have to have master production. I think I just need to turn on the fucking mic and play like I'm playing at a live show.
Yeah.
And just record it. And just throw it up there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect, man.
Yeah.
Because to me, and that's what I feel people are connecting with at these shows, because I think that's what people like is when they're avid music fans. It's great to listen to a great cover band, but it's a different thing to listen to an original songwriter. This just literally can play for 3 hours and just play 90% original music.
Yeah.
There's something about that I think that people like. And so I think I just got to put the shit out. It's the songs that people like. It's not necessarily the perfect recordings.
Yeah.
I also have a complex. I think I'm a shitty producer. So I've been producing this show for how many years? On episode 208.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, yeah. I do have all these on here.
That's cool that you have those. Those are all old releases that have been unpublished now.
Mountain High.
Mountain High is newer. That one's out.
Diamond in the Rain.
Diamond in the Rain is that one I was just talking about. It's got like 4 tracks. You know what I hate about that one? The last track on there, which is a great song, Open Road, right? That used to be on an album called Open Road. This is my fucking problem. I just pulled everything down, changed things around, but I released the wrong version of Open Road. And so no one would know the difference except there's some audio glitches in it. That's a nightmare.
Oh.
Here's the problem. I can't take that song down without taking the whole EP off. I can't just remove the one song.
That's weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this is really boring.
Why does Dancing in the Sunshine have explicit on it, by the way? Is there cussing on that?
No.
Yeah. I wondered that one time.
Talking about drinking moonshine, I guess. I don't know.
It has the E next to it.
That's odd. That's odd. I know we put it on all of our shows,
Yeah.
so we can just say whatever the fuck we want. Yeah. Yeah, I got to get stuff out, dude. I that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. I've come to the point where I realize like my life is 90% work. Mm-hmm. It can't be that.
Yeah.
No. It can't be that. I got to have a life, man. That's why I love that we do the podcast. It's something that every week that we do. Got to have family time. You got to have time for me to play guitar and to get out and jam in front of people, record a couple songs. I'm not on a timeline.
Yeah.
So you're not going to do everything every day. But you have to have space in your life for those things. Bro, I get up in the morning like crack of dawn. I get to work before anybody else most days. I'm in there fucking grinding. I usually have meetings early in the morning. I lead a total of 6 different meetings every week. I run PDs. Like, it's shit all the time. I teach 2 classes. Like, it just never ends. I have all kinds of work. And I find myself working crack of dawn. I come home. I spend a little time with family, have some dinner, hang out probably a little too long, get started on my work, and then I work and work and work and work. I pass out, I get up, and I do it again. And I used to validate it to myself by saying, well, we have summers, I have Christmas break. But that's not how a human works. Like, for these 9 months, it feels like everything.
Yeah.
I'm not in summer right now, bro. It's not a vacation right now. And so, and then people passing away and things, and you realize kids telling me I'm looking so much older, and you're realizing like I can do something about this.
Yeah.
I can take care of myself. But more importantly, I just have to draw lines, I think. And it is what it is.
I think it's good to set goals. That's a good thing too.
Yeah.
Goals is good. Like I said, my goal is 1,200 pound club. I'm still on the path to do that. Mm-hmm. And then once I'm done with that, then I'm thinking, fuck, like you said, I'm getting old, bro. I don't want to just lift heavy ass weight every single time. And so I've talked to Gobs. And so,
oh, cool. I almost put him as the drop today.
Yeah. I was going to put him, I'm going to start, doing doing more of that CrossFit stuff. And
Funny, we're always in line, Pierce.
yeah, more of the CrossFit stuff, trying to get, the overall, not just, bench, squat,
yeah, dude.
deadlifts.
We're always on the same wavelength. That's the Spartacus too, right?
Yeah.
You got T push-ups and things like that.
Yep.
You're just doing different movements.
Yeah, and so I told him that, and he wants, for the barbell class that we do on Wednesdays, obviously I didn't do that this week because of stuff that happened,
Sure.
Like in January, he's going to have us all do like a competition, our little barbell group that we do.
Oh, fun.
And so he wants us all to enter us into a competition and compete for doing like the split jerks, like, snatches, stuff like that, like power cleans.
Yeah.
Things like that we've been all training on. So
as long as you take care of yourself and do it right and don't get injured, that shit is so good for you.
yeah.
Because you're using your whole body, dude.
I know.
Yeah, that's
and
excellent.
he'll randomly send me stuff now, like on Instagram, like, because I'm working on things. Like, I'm not the greatest at snatches and overhead squats. My brain,
I remember the overhead squats you always talk
dude,
about.
my brain just doesn't wrap around it. Like, I don't understand it.
Awkward, like an awkward movement.
Yeah, I can squat heavy, AF, back squats. But then it comes to putting that shit over your head and like doing the bar is stupid. I'm like, what? And I'm like watching, people like, Anna in our group, like girls,
no
right?
problem.
My friend Sarah, and she was doing it, like, watching it, and you're just like, oh my God, dude, like, like, you guys are doing way more than me. I'm doing a PVC pipe right now. I can barely do it. Like, but yeah, he'll send me stuff like showing me like the form and stuff. And I do, like, when I'm lifting, like in between sets, I'll go grab a bar and I'll practice like my whole movement and trying to get it like formed and everything like that. And so, yeah.
Damn, that's cool. I still have my goal.
Yeah,
of
the
dunking.
dunk.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I think the Spartacus, I think all that kind of goes with it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be doing the super heavy lifting right now either. I gotta focus on that.
You're not focused on bulking dollar. You're focusing
No,
on
yeah, I know. I know. My brain, that's all I want to do. Just fucking let's eat and lift. That's, but no, it is important to have goals. I think if you don't have a direction, because I think I've heard Joe Rogan put it that way before, and I agree with that. I think if you want to be happy in life, it's really about a series of goals. It's like setting a goal, achieving it, feeling great, and then coming back to the drawing board, come up with something else that you want to accomplish, and go accomplish that. And
my whole life, I've never been like a checklist person. I don't like, me.
Yes,
I'm not organized dollar.
Yeah.
I like to fly by the seat of my pants, right? That whole thing. I like to wing things and go at it and everything like that. But with this new gig, we have this program. It's called Asana, something like that. I think Microsoft owns it, and it's basically like a task list. And like puts all these things on your thing. Your task
What's
to
it
do
called?
this. Asana, ASANA. Anyways, it's a task list, right? And so people are going to assign things to you. You're going to assign things to people. You're going to be putting work groups and everything like that. And as I'm going through, being new at the job, I'm a month in as of like a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And now it feels nice because I'm doing all these things and
figuring it out.
Doing a lot of this accounting stuff, the stuff that I've never done before. And going through and dollar, it's kind of cool to check things off of a list.
Hey, we're winning you over.
Yeah, because he's just like beep. He's like check done, and like Asana does like this like whenever you check something off the list, there's like this little graphic that happens. It's like an eagle that goes on the screen like cha, or like a unicorn that goes across the screen like yeah.
That's actually a masterful idea, man. To think about that, because that's tapping into human brain, how the human brain functions, man. Those are habits. That's how you build habits.
It's like, oh, look at that, I got that.
It's the reward. You get this little reward, like, woo, hey, that felt good.
But yeah, I've been checking things
Good for
off.
you.
I'm like, all right, cool. Work. I have checklists now, and I can work with the checklist now at work. I don't know about life yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a checklist for life.
Well, and I don't think that's for everybody.
No.
And even for me, who's a major checklist guy, it's not all the time. There are times too. I just think you can't be so regimented in life. You can't. Life is not designed. It's changing directions all the time. There's always unexpected things that happen. So, and if you get too tied to your checklist, then you just walk around frustrated all the time, or your schedule or whatever the thing is. I use Google Keep.
Keep, okay.
I'm curious. I want to check out Asana now.
Yeah.
But I like Google Keep because it's the same way. You can assign it as a task. It overlaps with your calendar, so you can have it show up on your calendar if you want. You can assign things to other people.
Yep.
You can have different lists of things. So like as math team lead, these are the things I have to get done as, whatever. So it's super helpful, but Google Keep is free. So that's why I like that one.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Asana's free or not.
And I like Google Keep too, because you can make there's color coding. You can change the colors on different lists and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I'm a color guy, completely, man. Which I felt bad because I've always done that for my students. Like I color code slides and things like that to make things easier to understand. You know, like this is tied to this and that. And then our art teacher brought to my attention that there's a number of kids that have a specific type of color blindness that they really won't. It doesn't line up to them.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah. And I was like, oof. Man, as a teacher, that's the hardest thing as a teacher, honestly. Whoever the fuck thought of 30 kids in one teacher is an idiot. Like, that shit is the worst way to teach kids. Because you realize, you can't, everybody learns differently. So you're like, hey, this thing works great. And you're like, yeah, but that one kid in the back, they don't see these colors. So to them, you're actually making it harder for them. You're like, well, fuck. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not one size fits all.
And anybody who's ever dabbled in teaching, including parents who are just tutoring with homework.
COVID, everyone had
yeah. But I mean, anybody who's done teaching knows that one-on-one, the amount of growth you can get that kid to do if it's just you and that kid is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so much smaller when you have 30 kids in a class, not to mention multiple classes a day.
I think homeschoolers are super successful, right?
Yeah.
But also super fucking awkward because I don't have any
that's the other part. That's the other part. And that's, because do you know that she's going by Makaria now, by the way, my daughter Jessie. It's her middle name.
Yep.
But she's online this year. Did I tell you that? Do you know that? Oh, yeah. She's been going online this year. And she's one of those kids that, you know what I mean? She's knocking it out of the park. It's no problem. But first of all, she has too much time on her hands. She finishes everything. And then she's like, what do I do? And then on top of that, she's completely missing the social stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling her. I'm starting to see patterns where it's you don't want to go do XYZ or you don't want to go out. That's what happens to people. And that's what happened to everybody in COVID.
Yeah.
You get so used to your little bubble that you don't really want to go out. And when you go out, it's your heart's pumping and you're just it's like a stressful experience for some people. And it's you got to have that. School is not just the academic side and all that. It is so much learning how to be in the world with a variety of people.
Yeah.
How to work with people, how to be around assholes, how to be around super kind people.
Teaching you about life. Who to avoid, who to make friends with. Right? It's kind of
yeah. Because if you don't learn to navigate that stuff, and then you're an adult, now you're in trouble.
Yeah, if you don't know who you're trusting and all this stuff.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. You have to have trusted relationships, and even if you have friends, when you're younger, you're not spending a lot of time with them outside of school most of the time. You are here and there, and sometimes you hang out a lot, but most of the time that you spend is going to be in school or school activities or something around school. And so that's you got
just like jobs. You're at work
exactly.
So
Yeah. What was you sent me in one? It was thinking about your old work buddy or something like that.
To this day.
Oh yeah, it was Deontay Wilder. That's right.
It's how many know? It's how it said. How often do you think about your old work buddy?
To this day.
To this day.
What is he up to? Is that dude still fighting? He's still fighting, obviously.
I think so, yeah. But I think he lost his last one that he had to. So
I wonder what happened with him.
I don't know.
He could have been so great. He really was. He had a little blip there for the time that everybody was just scared as shit of that guy because of the power.
Yeah.
It wasn't the art form of his boxing. It was just the power.
Yeah.
He just knocked people.
And how quickly he moved up in doing that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think Tyson messed his head game up.
Yeah, for sure.
He got inside his head.
For sure. Well, I mean, and let's be fair, even Joe Rogan said, that was a 10 count on that first fight.
Yeah.
He was down for 10.
Yeah.
And the counting that he had, Tyson Fury, it was he was out.
Yeah.
On that knockout. So,
yeah. But it's funny how what goes down on paper is what will mess with your head.
Yeah, but he's never had anybody. That was the thing too, like you said, mess his head up. He's never had anybody come back up from taking a Deontay Wilder.
Yeah,
punch.
it's always been over, and then
Yeah.
it's like, wait, I'm still fighting. We're still going.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And you're not just going; you're going with one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury is fucking phenomenal, dude. One of the greatest boxers, pound for pound, even. Speaking of pound for pound, why is he built like that? I don't understand. He's like, this is what an elite athlete looks like.
Well, it's like like
You see those
like
memes.
Joker, you know.
Yeah.
It's elite.
Not only does he not look it, but at least Tyson Fury moves. He moves like a lightweight. You know what I mean? Whereas, bro, Joker, come
Joker,
on.
and he's ranked as the number 1 player in the world, like the world.
And he just looks like he's never done a sport in his life, and he just got blessed by God. You can play basketball. Amazing. Go.
Well, it
do
was like now he's like, he has a whole bunch of stubble on his face. He's shaven. People are like, looks like he's like a Serbian general. Like,
in his form, it's just so weird. I don't know.
yeah.
That's why I love basketball, because there's so many different styles of players, and there's like so many different ways to play the game and what people do. There's also so much bullshit out there on social media, by the way. I see all these little things with people trying to break down the rules in a weird way. I saw one where the guy was like, technically, this isn't traveling. And he's like running with the ball, but he's switching hands the whole time. And he's like trying to point to something in the rule. And you're just like,
oh, that is like in the air still.
What else are you doing in your life? They're going to sit here because the travel thing, what I never knew is it's different from high school. The reason I always am like pissed in NBA, I'm like, that's a travel so much. And some of it is legit. Some people just get to travel and they just let them. I don't know why that is. But it's different in middle school, high school basketball than it is professional as far as the rules. Like once you secure the ball, you can still get 2 more steps in the NBA. Whereas when we were playing as a kid, once you stop that ball, you got a pivot foot down. You know what I mean? You can't you get 1 step. You get the foot that's down and then you get a step. Whereas in the NBA, you get 2 full steps, which is why I complain less now. I'm like, oh, okay, that's legit. So I learned that on
Euro step. And the Euro step is wild too.
Yeah.
Like the do around. You're like, damn, dude. You know?
I know.
Like,
And then they have the Pinoy step.
Yeah.
The Filipino one, which is an adaptation of the Euro step.
And that one reel that I sent to you about the Filipino
Basketball?
guy who's like, the Filipino guy that's like tearing it up. And he's like, they're like, hopefully they've never had a full on Filipino in the NBA. You know, he stands at 6 foot, whatever. I think it's like 6'1" or something like that. He's like dunking, blocking people and all this stuff. And it was like the best prospect out of the Philippines. I was like, and I sent it to you and I was like, after me.
Oh, I must not have saw that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I actually saw. I'll look because sometimes I miss some of them. I'll have to go back and look at that for sure. Yeah, but that's what I love about basketball. There's so many players. I told you my favorite thing to watch on social media when it comes to basketball is like old fat guys just destroying people, breaking ankles, fucking dropping threes, fucking laying up like left and right with a beautiful finger roll. I watched this one old dude, man. He's like, I say old loosely. He's probably my age, and he's like pretty overweight. Just looks out of shape. He's short, and he has a fucking hook shot to murder everybody. just
has it
dialed in, bro. And there's nobody can defend it. He's got a fucking 6'8" guy on him. Can't get because he's way back here. You know what I'm saying? He's like fucking just sloosh, 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 and then he's got them all hooked on that, and then he fakes the hook and then just does a jumper. I'm like, oh, this guy.
Yep.
But that's pure joy for me. Because you realize that at the end of the day, all you have to do is get the basketball to go through the fucking hoop.
Yeah.
And we watch basketball and we see like the most popular ways to do things, the different styles that are most common. But you could do whatever the fuck you want out there. If you can I've seen some ugly ass shooters that just
sloosh, goes in,
sloosh, 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 and you're like, good Lord, your form is horrible.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter if the ball's going through, it's going through.
Yeah, that was,
people who every shot's a bank shot.
Yeah, that was Mr. Fundamental. Tim Duncan was a bank shotter. He used that glass all the time, dude.
Yeah.
Who else? Sam Perkins had a really gross shot growing up. He was like this.
Yeah.
He'd get it, he was a center, right? And he'd get the top of the key. They'd pass it. This was when he played for the Seattle Supersonics. Get it passed to him like at the top of the key and just be like,
yeah, I know.
And you're just like, swank. You're like, damn, okay, like,
yeah. No, I love basketball. What's been fun for me is getting better at shooting. It was just so rough in the beginning. I
Yeah.
couldn't make a shot to save my life. And that's all it is. It's, you know what I do over and over and over and over and over and over when I'm by myself is that Steph Curry thing.
Yeah.
I go up, I force myself, like if I have to be able to make like 10 layups in a row, like make sure you got the layups down and then back away. And it's like those, you know, right under the basket things. And I practice, but I don't, what I wish I was in shape enough to do is like have a really solid jumper and just really put some fucking air on it and release at the top. You know what I mean? But for me, like as a big guy, dude, it's easier to just, you know, you just barely jump into it. But there's something about getting that elevation. When I really put it in there for a big guy, I can get pretty high. And that's what you need to get over the defender and get a clean look at the basket. And
yeah, I think that's one thing that everybody gets surprised on me too. When we were, you know, at the gym and we play basketball, they're like, "Fuck, dude, you're actually pretty fast for being a big guy."
Everything, Pierce. You're a natural athlete. Even the dunking. Like, was that 2 episodes ago? I never even. You probably told me and I forgot, but I did not realize you could dunk when you were younger. I'm like, that shit's fucking awesome. That's our dream. That was all of our dream to be able to dunk. You know what I mean? There's something about that. Yeah. So you got it because you have to have the hops. So don't feel so self-conscious about your socks, dude. You got some fucking hops.
My chicken legs. Yeah, that's what I'm wearing right now. My Dave Forrell things. And I was like, that's why I don't really wear like, you know, those kind of tube socks or anything like that. Because like I have little calves, man. That's what happens. And everyone says like, you don't have little calves, dude. You're just a taller guy. It looks, because you're so stretched out, it looks like they're little calves. But I bet you if you measure your calves, they're probably as big as a regular person. I was like, exactly. They're not supposed to be a regular person's size. It's supposed to be my size.
My size. Yeah. That's funny. But have you ever seen that thing? I saw something one time where they were breaking down elite athletes, and that's a common trait. With elite athletes is having the small calves and small lower legs.
I have Kevin Durant legs, dude.
But at the
Slim Reaper.
Yeah, but that's why. But that's why you're fast, though.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. You fast. That's why you can jump high. That's why you've got all those things because you see it a lot. I mean, my calves are pretty good size and they're useless, bro. It's not helping me. I can't dunk. I can't fucking do none of that shit.
Bruce Leroy with his fucking softballs that he has.
Yeah.
Legs, dude.
Yeah, everything on that guy. Fucking.
I told Bruce Leroy, actually, going back to him, I was like, bro, if you didn't know who your dad was, like I would say that this guy was your fucking dad. I'll have to show you later. He works he works at the state, but if Jared didn't know who his dad was, this would
be the guy.
He looks exactly
like
Jared, and Jared looks exactly like him. Whoa. Like shape and everything, like the skin tone and everything. They're both bald and yeah, dude. I was like, damn,
unbelievable.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I was like, I even showed it to him too. The guy. I was like, yo, do you have a son? And like I showed it to him. He goes, damn, I might.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh man. I'm trying to send a text. Zoe's driving me crazy. You probably won't hear it in the final episode, but she's just nonstop barking, dude. And it's funny, today she has like a little bit of a voice. She has literally blown her voice out, bro. She's an old lady with no voice. She just barks like,
yeah.
You're like, there's nothing there, dude. Let it go.
I know.
They don't even hear you out there.
Growing up, we had a dog behind us in our back, like in our neighbors behind us that had that same type of a dog where it was a.
Well, and some people get the vocal cords removed.
Yeah, it's messed up too.
Yeah,
but
for
like,
sure.
This dog was an old dog though, dude. And it was like, it'd just be like, I was like, dude, you're not doing anything, man. I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid. I just noticed that you've been barking for 12 minutes. I just picked up on it.
Yeah, that's why your voice is like that, dude.
Yeah, that's what we always tell Zoe, you know, because she's the same way. She just barks nonstop, and it's to the point like that's pretty good today. She's got a strong voice day today, but some days, man, you're just
she's
like
been resting it. It takes a week. She gets a full day of it, and she's like, yes, and then she fucks it up in one day.
Oh yeah. I've seen her fuck it up in one moment, like one person coming to the door. She's like, "Row, row, 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 row." And you're like, it's over.
It's done.
It's over. Stop. You're not doing security right now. No one cares.
Yeah.
No one's listening.
I know. So I watched that movie, A Quiet Place, the original one, like the prequel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there watching it. It's like, okay, I could probably be quiet. I was like, I would not have dogs though. I would not have my dogs. Because my dogs are fools. When they see people across the street,
I know.
they're like, oh my God, dude, we'd be dead. like I was like, you guys, I'd open up the door and like just release them, but they'd probably stay next to me and then just bark like crazy. And you're like, God damn it, dude. Like,
yeah.
But no, the movie that Quiet Place Day One, that's what it's called, Quiet Place Day One. It's a pretty good movie.
Okay.
And it's and it just kind of goes through like, just fuck. Can you imagine living life without
any
making sound?
Oh.
Like, music, stuff like that. Like you'd have to listen to like, your earbuds and stuff like that. But dude, you'd have to be fucking quiet all the time.
And just living in terror.
Yeah.
Just terror all the time. I don't know. Would it spoil it? Because I've never seen it. What is it that you have to be quiet for? Like, what's after you?
Oh, so the Quiet Place is like there's a few movies.
Yeah. I've never seen any of them.
And so it's been these like aliens. They came to Earth, and they only are identified by sound, like no eyes or anything like that. They're just supersonic ultra hearing, and so that's what they go by is like sound. And so if it's like moment like them, like it knows exactly where you are, and like it sits there and like their heads open up and it's like
to hear,
these like the antenna like thingies that
they hear every little thing.
Yeah,
it seems like they would just hear your breath all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Or your heartbeat or something like that, right?
Yeah,
if they were that bad. But it's not like that crazy.
Yeah.
Of hearing, but like they can hear.
Oof, and they're just everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, that's much of them. Yeah. And so it's like it
reminds me of Tremors a little bit.
Yeah, it's like the first movie. Like it fucks you up because the alien takes the little boy. And it's like 5. Oh. The kid's like 5 years old.
Oh.
And it just says whoosh, right off the screen. Just takes this kid. Like,
what was the noise he made?
It's a fire truck he had.
Oh.
His dad gave him, and the dad felt guilty. John Krasinski, who's in The Office.
Yeah.
He's the one
he's the main guy. Yeah, I know of the movie.
He produces them and all that stuff too. And so I think he's directed 1 or 2 of them. Yeah. But yeah.
Kind of a cool concept, honestly.
Yeah. But this one shows like when they first arrive and they're just like, shoof, like from
so
space
so they didn't come out in sequential order? Or you just didn't see it in sequential order?
Yeah, this is day 1. It's like a prequel showing it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Fascinating. I'm going to check that out. I would like that. I like scary shit in general.
Yeah.
But that seems terrifying to me, to have to live completely silently all the time. I'm a fucking singer, bro. It's over.
Right?
Days are over. No more music, dude.
Yeah.
It's just playing on like a keyboard plugged into in my headphones.
Yeah.
Trying to press the keys really light because they click.
Yeah. Nothing's getting done. Yeah.
In the movie, and I'm spoiler alert for everybody.
Yeah.
In these movies, like, what do people do? They just stay hunkered down full time.
Yep. Hunkered down full
Barely
time.
Get just food.
They have
sleep.
like in the first one, they have like stuff on the ground to make walking around, easier and quieter and stuff like that. They have a baby. And so babies fucking cry, right? And so they had like oxygen tanks. And so like if the baby was having like a fit or crying, they like put this baby like in a little, put oxygen mask on it. And they had this like soundproof like thing under like the house built into the ground. And they'd put the baby in there. And like when.
But how do you even build shit?
Yeah.
How do you even build the soundproof shit?
So like during like in this one, the first one, like during thunderstorms and rainstorms.
Is when they do shit.
Is when they can kind of like do things because like the sound of rain kind of dampens everything. They can't determine like where things are, and like thunder and stuff like that, right? Thunderstorms, like
yeah.
And so they were trying to do everything during like thunderstorms and stuff.
To me, that's immediately like of a strategy I would think of.
Yeah. And so in this movie, lightning strikes, and she's trying to get into an apartment. There's her and this guy trying to get into the
She's
apartment.
trying to time it with the thunder.
And so the lightning goes off, and she goes. And the thunder goes, she goes, and they kick the door open at the same time the lightning.
Yeah, stuff
the
like
thunder
that.
strikes, yeah.
Yeah, to me, a strategy I would immediately think of is like planting like our karaoke Bluetooth speaker, like planting them all over the fucking place.
Well, they attack the sound.
So like if it turned on, they would like destroy the speaker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you couldn't just have speakers all over that you just fucking manipulate them with.
They're gonna attack them, yeah.
Damn. Well, I would have died on day 1 then. They'd catch me carrying the speaker to set it down.
Yeah.
They make noises. The aliens.
Yeah.
How big are they?
Huge, bro. And they're like
Oh god,
tearing up like cars and stuff like that with like one swipe. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to see
Like
this.
crushing cars.
I definitely want to see it. And how many? There's several of these.
Oh yeah, they take over.
No. The several movies.
Yeah, I think there's like 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Three. I think there's 3. There's Quiet Place 2, and then Quiet Place Day 1. But I think there's 3 movies. Yeah.
Funny how that what's his name again? John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Funny how he changed from The Office. Like he was like the skinny, funny, awkward dude. Not awkward, but skinny, funny guy. And then he became like the like shredded action hero.
Yeah.
At some point, was that one of them? The Quiet Place? Is he like jacked in that?
No, I don't think he's jacked in that one. But like, he got serious. He got serious in the movies, right? Like, he got serious in like the Marvel movies too. He was Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
in the
that's
Marvel
right.
movies.
That's right.
Same with Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt used to be like chubby and funny on Parks and Recreation, right?
Yeah.
And he got friggin' jacked and buff for Jurassic Park, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. He's funny, bro.
Yeah.
That guy is so funny. He's conservative, actually.
Well, yeah. Obviously, he's married to Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger's daughter, to be clear. What do you say, Pierce? You want to hit up a little bit of those fun facts?
Yeah. So, fun fact this week is, it's coming up on Halloween. So a little bit of little Halloween themed things in here too. So yeah, I put a few of those in there. I see now that the font didn't come across.
It came across as gigantic.
Yeah. It was supposed to be like a spooky font, like blood dripping down and stuff. So everybody got that. The fun facts. Your boy hasn't lost his sight, just so you know.
It was funny because I actually commented to Myra about it when I was looking at it. Like, what happened? Why is this so big? But at the same time, I was like having like my self-conscious moment since last night. I took my glasses off, so I wasn't wearing my glasses this morning because I'm like, they just make me look older and shit. And I was looking, I was like, I'm actually kind of glad this is big. So it works out. I have my glasses on, so
yeah. So this one here. Mary Godwin Shelley is the daughter of a feminist writer, Mary Wollstonecraft, and philosopher William Godwin began writing Frankenstein in 1816 when she was 18 years old. She and her future husband, the poet Percy Bysshe Shelley, were visiting Lord Byron in his villa in Lake Geneva in Switzerland when she wrote it.
Yeah, I like those kind of stories. The other one I liked that was like that was The Nightmare Before Christmas. It was based on a poem Tim Burton had written in 1982.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is wild.
A poem.
Illinois grows the most pumpkins in the country.
Yeah, I don't know why that fit. I was like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it sounds like something Illinois does out there. Yeah.
There's a statue of Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th at the bottom of a lake in Crosby, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just doing a little scuba diving? You don't know about it. Fuck, you think you've lost your mind?
Yeah.
Is that real? Is it moving?
Yeah.
It's not moving. The fuck is?
Yeah. Jason, kill. Jason, kill. Husband hunting was once a Halloween tradition. And so what they used to do,
I was very curious about
not
this
in
one.
hunting as in like physically killing people, right?
I assumed that, yeah.
As like searching for a husband.
Trying to get a
suitor. Suiting
Yeah, is
for
that
a
why
suitor.
everybody dresses like skanks on Halloween?
I'm going to get me a husband today. I'm going to be a nurse. I'm going to be a sexy nurse. I'm going to be a cop. I'm going to be a sexy cop. Mm-hmm. Everything has the word sexy to it. Like, I'm Frankenstein. No. I'm sexy.
Do you know what I was yesterday? Because I had to dress up for our thing.
What?
I was a taco.
You were a sexy taco?
You know it. No, here's the thing. It was a taco. It's funny. I'll show it to you. It's sitting upstairs at that table. Uh-huh. It was a taco. I knew I was in trouble, Pierce, when I looked at it and it said one size fits all.
Oh, no.
And I was like, well, I want something easy. I don't want to do a bunch of makeup. I have to dress up. They're going to give me so much shit. I'm just going to be at this taco. I bought it, got it, put it on, and over, people are like, oh, that's cool. Wait, and some people got it right away. Oh, that's a taco, cool. And some people, is that a burrito? Are you a burrito? What? And I was like, that's the problem, man. It's fucking one size fits all. It's supposed to be a taco. It's like, I'm a taco salad.
Taco salad.
Because it was like all like this, you know?
It's all opened up. Tony's all barrel chested. Can't even like.
It was so stupid, bro.
Oh my god. Let's see here.
I thought this one was really interesting. According to the Library of Congress, black and orange are the colors of Halloween because the ancient Celts believed black symbolized the death of summer and orange symbolized the fall harvest. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it is weird. It's weird how our day is so different. Like Halloween is such a different concept than Dia de los Muertos. It's like a different, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a reverence and stuff, whereas Halloween's more like spooky, scary.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
very, very interesting.
This one was wild. A full moon brightens the sky once every 19 Halloweens. So the last one is in 2020, and so the next one won't be until 2039.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I saw that.
And that's that thing. That's that term. So that one is a blue moon.
Oh, is that where that comes from?
So the term once in a blue moon is because it's very rare that happens. So that's a blue moon will be on 2039 for Halloween.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think people really, it does sometimes feel like with full moons, people do act different and things feel different. I've had that happen where it's like a weird ass day. I'm like, what is going on? And then at some point I find out it was a full moon.
Oh.
Like,
are you also one of those people that say Mercury is in retrograde, dollar?
What?
Mercury must
What
be
is
in
that?
retrograde. I don't know.
What the fuck is that?
Some people say that.
What is that? I don't know what that means.
Astrology dollar.
The word witch comes from the Old English wishe, meaning wise woman. I don't know if I said that word right at all. Witchy,
yeah. Wicca.
is WICCE,
Yeah.
meaning wise woman. I thought that was interesting, all the witch hunts and everything, and it's like it actually comes from the word like wise.
Yeah. They want those women smarter than us. You got to get all these smart women out of here. Harry Houdini died on Halloween.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy coincidence, man. Americans spend more than $100 on Halloween. I feel like we are way above average.
That's what I was saying too. I was looking at this average. I was like, what are you fucking talking? I spent $100 on candy.
Yeah, maybe because some people just don't celebrate it at all. $100 on candy. Yeah, it's true though. That was my first thought, especially a family like us. Fucking 5 costumes and candy and decorations. Like, are you joking?
Yeah,
There's
I
no
remember
way
when I was a kid.
$100.
When I was a kid, I'd ask my mom for those super I think we've talked about this on the podcast before. Those super detailed masks, right? Yeah, and they were like $50 each. Yeah. And my mom would be like, "Nah, if we get this is your costume for like years, bro." You know, like, damn, okay. Yeah, even
year.
then, when I was,
think back. What's one of your favorite costumes that you ever wore for Halloween?
One of my funniest costumes I ever wore was a kissing booth one.
Yeah, I know about that one. That one's funny, bro. To remind the listeners or anybody who hasn't heard it, he dressed up as a kissing booth and walked around and got kisses all night from women. Had chapstick hanging from it and shit.
Banaka, everything, dude. I had it all. I was smart about it. I felt like a little kid making my fucking poster that's like hanging around me. It's because it was like a poster board, right? Like a billboard thing. I was walking around like, yeah.
Did I ever tell you about I told you about the California raisin thing? Yeah. Dressed up on the wrong day. Literally had leotards on, buddy. Garbage bag, leotards, white gloves. Had my face painted. Was my face painted?
Was it purple?
I don't know if we painted our face. I feel like we had hats too. I think we had like Stetson hats. But no, we went to school and walked up. Everybody was outside waiting in the morning before school like kids do. Yeah. And nobody was dressed up. We went straight to the office and called our parents, said, please come. We have to. They didn't come get us. We lived in walking distance. So we walked to my grandma's house and changed. I was wearing like my uncle's pants and shit. They're all fucking big.
Oh my God. I don't know. Favorite costume?
What do you think the best one? Yeah. What's the best costume you've ever had?
Best costume I ever had? I don't know. I think the Beast one year when Callie was Beauty.
Oh, you would make a good Beast.
And so because that's general. What I had. I had like the long hair, and I had the Beast outfit, and Callie was dressed up as the ball bell, the yellow, and we were dancing around. So I think that was my favorite one.
Okay.
So that was a good one.
I think mine was the just because the resemblance was kind of uncanny. What's his name from Hopper
Things.
from Stranger Things? Yeah. I did that.
That was a good one. Yeah,
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It just came together so well. My hair was like the perfect length at the time. Like everything just came together. And then the fun part for me was I got to rock that mustache without being a creeper. What's funny is that's back. All these young kids, like these young teachers that are coming in and stuff, and like people in college right now, they're all fucking rocking just
before
school.
$1, you used to be able to tell who was a firefighter and a cop. Now you don't even know who the fucking is. We don't know who the fuck is a firefighter or a cop now.
You have a permit for that mustache, sir?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Thanks for your service. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, still thanks.
Yeah, I've been telling Mai she really doesn't want me to, but I've been thinking about it. Just every once in a blue moon, there we go with that phrase. I like to take the beard off, once in a great while. But I like the mustache. If I do it, I'm doing the mustache, buddy.
I mean, when I rocked those handlebars,
dope.
You know,
it's just fucking.
I was
cool.
looking like, what's his name?
Let's get some wax.
No, the ones I had.
I know you had like
they went down.
Ones. Yeah.
Looked like
we both had those before.
What's his name from Blood In, Blood Out?
Yeah. What is
his name? Michael. What is it, Michael?
Wait, no. Who has the handlebar? That's not Benjamin Bratt's character?
No, that's the right hand man to what's his name? The La Onda. What's his name? The
biker dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. What is his name? Oh my god, that's gonna bother me.
But I did that. I made that video. Remember?
My mom always had a crush on that guy. By the way,
it was like Spider.
Oh yeah.
Tres puntos like Spider.
Let's see. People. This one's funny. People originally carved turnips instead of pumpkins.
Yeah.
That seems lame as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Those are tiny little things. What are you doing?
You're trying to hollow that bitch out too? Like, come on. Man. They can't put a candle in that.
What are you doing?
These celebrities were born on Halloween. Dan Rather, Peter Jackson, Rob Schneider, Dermot Mulroney, Larry Mullen Jr., and Willow Smith.
Interesting.
Let's see here. Oh, Thriller. This one was wild. Thriller wasn't always Thriller. Michael Jackson's hit that was released in 1982. Interesting to note that the classic song was almost a different writer, a different name. The writer, Rod Temperton, originally wrote the tune as Starlight. So just imagine singing, "This Starlight, Starlight."
Wow. That's crazy. Michael Myers was inspired by Captain Kirk.
Yeah, so that's the mask that he wears.
Yeah. I remember when I found that out, I was dumbfounded. Why is it so? I wonder how he felt about that. Like, how creepy is that?
Yeah.
That's a creepy fucking mask.
I know. So that's what I thought about this year for me, being like walking around with Callie, doing trick or treating is me being Michael Myers. I have the stature, bro.
Yeah,
big and tall. Like just like put that jumpsuit on and fucking the mask, just walk around all quiet. Like
that'd be scary as fuck, dude. There's something about masks too. Like I think it's in our DNA. We recognize people's faces all the time. We read expressions and stuff. And when somebody's just got that like just all white, just expressionless face, it's like creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Whether or not you could be smiling behind that thing, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's like in the movies when he's getting like stabbed, right? He doesn't make much sound, right? And you can't see what if his face is. If he's like grimacing or anything like that. You just see like that mask just like no expression. You're just like fuck.
God,
I saw that movie. Creepy. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen them, the Terrifier movies.
No,
they're very gruesome, and so very, very, very gruesome. Like we're talking about ripping apart bodies.
Yeah, I'm not huge on the gruesome thing.
Anyways, I saw the newest one, Terrifier 3, and that one's fucking gruesome. And the thing about that, the Terrifier is that clown. What's the clown that doesn't make? It's not a mime. But anyways, it's a clown that doesn't make sound. So like when he's getting stabbed or whenever anything like that, you're like.
That's
you're like, oh
creepy.
my god, you're like, fuck. And it's like, and when he's like mutilating people, like people are screaming, and he's all like that. You're just like, damn, dude. You're like, fuck.
for the audio listeners only, like some of the faces you're making. It's like he's doing like the crying, like you're crying, pointing
Google
and then laughing.
Terrifier.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, that shit is really, 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 really wild. Where was it?
This one right here.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Reese's fan, Dollar.
Yeah, me too.
Reese's Cups are America's favorite candy.
Yeah.
So they're the most outsold candy in America.
Look at you. Reese's, Dallas Cowboys.
America's everything.
America's
team, America's candy. No, but again, I like specialized Reese's. I don't like necessarily cups.
Yeah, you were saying that.
I like the eggs, the pumpkins, right? The trees, the hearts, all the specialized things for the different holidays. Because of the peanut to chocolate ratio.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah, I think my favorite I like the trees.
Yeah.
Those trees are so good. Or the eggs, the Easter egg ones. Those are fucking bomb
Yep.
too. Yeah, I always kind of thought it was just like a unique thing, you know, like some people like Reese's. I figured it was Snickers or something I thought would have been the favorite, but
yeah.
Not surprising. People love that shit.
And this one, on average, U.S. pet owners spend around $700 million on costumes a year, dude.
They're pets.
But you know, it's funny, though, seeing a fucking weenie dog dressed up as like a hot dog, dude. It's true, though. It's hilarious.
That was one of the guesses I had for my costume, too. A hot dog? Hot dog? Yeah, hot dog. It's not a bun. It's a fucking tortilla. This one really made me think about how crazy it would be to live like this. But hyperthymesia is the unique ability to recall nearly every moment of your life in vivid detail. It's like, it reminds me of like, you know, certain people that are on the spectrum that can like fly over a city.
Yeah, we were talking before.
Yeah, and they can recall
apparently
every
Terrence
detail.
Howard has this ability too. Remember? You can remember everything.
Yeah, maybe not, or maybe I don't know. No comment. I don't know how to take him, honestly.
Yeah.
After that interview, it was pretty weird, very interesting, but weird. But imagine living your life where you could be like, "Oh yeah, you remember everything," you know, and you're like, "Well, give me a memory from when you were 6."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, which year? Which year? Oh, okay. Which date? Which month? Okay."
Tell me what you had for lunch, bro, on February.
Oh yeah, totally. That was that shitty macaroni and cheese with that hot. Can you imagine like having all that at your disposal all the time? That you could just literally off the top of your head just remember any moment in your entire life.
Dude, you'd be the hardest person to like forgive.
Oh yeah.
You'd be like, "Nah, dude, I remember
Bro,
when
you were fucking 6. I'll never.
I remember, bro, when you did."
The other thing too is
You'd
that
have no friends because you'd be always remember what somebody fucking did to you.
when you could abuse the power of it too, right? Because like if everybody knows you have this,
Yeah.
and then you're just like, "No, bro, that's not what you said.
Oh,
you said da da da
switch
da,"
ups
and everyone's
lie
like,
about it.
"Oh
Oh,
fuck, he
dang.
doesn't ever forget." So I guess that sucks. You're never going to win an argument because I already know what that's like with my wife. Because her memory's 1,000 times better than mine, and it's like all the time she'll say stuff, and sometimes I just wonder. I'm like, she's just making this up because she knows I don't remember. Be a good strategy if you had something like
Hilarious,
that.
Dollar. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this one, I feel like I've seen this one before, but your brain produces enough energy to power a light bulb.
Yeah.
We forget that we're electromagnetic.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I
like
mean?
they always had the light bulb that pierces over your head, right?
I never thought about that. But it is it's surprising that people can survive lightning strikes, considering how electromagnetic we are, and specifically our brain. Oof. It's just crazy to think that there's some people that get hit with that and then like live through it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But then somebody hits their head on the trunk of a car and fucking almost nearly dies. Like
I know. Yeah. It's just fucking crazy.
Let's see here. In the darkness, your sense of touch and hearing are heightened. The brain shifts to amplify the sensory cues, helping you pick up subtle sounds and textures that would otherwise go unnoticed. So that's why, like, you see some of those restaurants that have those specials where they do in the dark dining.
Mm.
And so, like, their servers have like night vision goggles to be able to walk around and serve you the food.
The food tastes so much better.
Yeah, but that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to heighten your
That's a weird thing in general. When we lose one sense, like other ones become so much more amplified.
Right.
And that's why you think of people. I think of people like Ray Charles, or like people who like lose their ability to see,
and stuff like that.
and their hearing just becomes fucking. They become like musicians,
or like Daredevil.
Yeah. He's probably a killer musician, bro.
Right? Dang, can we for real?
Let's get that spinoff. What's going on?
Yeah.
Why don't we have
Why
that
is the
yet?
Daredevil not playing any instruments? Jesus. I feel like he'd be so good at it. Let's see here. How much time we got, Dollar?
We got plenty of time left, Pierce.
Oh, man. This last...
For the listeners, they'll have no idea. A little bit of weird audio technical issues going on.
Every time we talk about some Halloween... Halloween stuff,
it's
Dollar.
the spooky shit.
It is the spooky shit.
It's
like every year we do this, and every year something fucking happens. Like when we were talking about the Black Dahlia stuff, the hotel thing. Remember that?
Yeah,
Our audio cut out. And
that story's so creepy.
Yeah.
That chick that, yeah.
Okay, here. Yesterday, so I sent out fun facts yesterday. October 25th, 1861, the first telegraph message was sent from St. Louis to San Francisco. Like, why those two areas? I don't know. Like,
I feel like St. Louis was a lot more hopping at one point.
yeah.
It was like a big part in history or whatever. Stephen Clark holds the record for the world's fastest pumpkin carving time.
I tried to look more about this, okay?
Okay.
I wanted to know.
He did it in 16.4 seconds.
Okay. Now I wanted to know, like, what the fuck did he carve? Like, did he just go like, whoosh, like, like a line?
Yeah, okay, there's some details needed here.
Right? And so I was like trying to
Because I could
figure
beat
out.
that.
Right? Yeah, I can like
Half
fucking
second, bro.
Yeah, I could slice a fucking pumpkin in half. Like, done.
It's got to have certain requirements, right? You have to have opened it up, got it out the inside. Where do you go from there though? Like what is required? You have
So
to
like, was he like this? He like open the top, scooped out. Then he like looked down and goes, hey, da, da, da. Like with his fingers or something, like poked holes in
2
it.
dots for the
like,
eyes,
right?
a dot for the mouth. I don't know.
16 seconds, my ass.
You're gonna challenge him this
So
year.
Angry. When I do a pumpkin, I take my time.
Yeah,
I like looking at things online. Like a couple years I did tikis.
sure.
So like I carved it down. I didn't necessarily cut holes in it, but I carved it enough where like the light can shine through.
Yeah,
I did tikis, or like, I've done
it's
intricate
fun.
things. Yeah.
It's a fun thing to do.
Doing a regular last, triangle eyes and all that stuff. Or no.
Too basic.
Too basic.
Too basic.
Yeah.
I've ruined pumpkins before with that mentality.
Trying to do more.
Trying to do too much.
And then you like getting 2 cuts and you're like, oh God, I gotta cut it. And then it just cuts off the part that
Yeah,
you needed.
and it
right?
falls like either it was a miscalculation or there's just too much.
Yeah.
You're the structure's falling apart at this point. You've carved too much out of the front.
And then you can't do it too far ahead of time. Because then that shit gets all wrinkly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And then like, what was it supposed to be?
It's like an old jack-o'-lantern. Lips are all curled
But
in.
it doesn't even look like what it was supposed to be. You're like, damn it, dude.
I remember when I did, was that a couple years ago? I did the cat.
Yeah.
It was like the moon.
Yeah.
So like
Yep.
the light was the moon and there was a silhouette of a cat coming through. Same thing. Found it online, The most lit jack-o'-lanterns on display is 30,581. The city of Keene, New Hampshire holds the Guinness World Record for the most lit jack-o'-lanterns on display.
It's gonna be so hot. I hope they didn't use like real candles, right? Maybe put
Right.
some of those
They have to have like
LEDs in
this-
it.
Yeah, you got to. Come on.
It's gotta be so hot.
30,581 candles.
One mishap, dude. Like fucking the
different.
city's on fire.
Fucking reminds me of on The Office when Michael proposed to what's her name, and he like filled the whole office with candles. It was just fucking thousands of candles all burning. And like, oh, so romantic. Like, yeah, and then the smoke alarm starts going off. It's like too many candles, dude.
Again, yesterday, October 25th, 1960, the first electronic wristwatch. Can't even say anything. Wrist watch. The Hamilton Electric 500 was put on sale.
When was that?
1960.
Damn, they've been around for a while. Watches are weird. You know what's really weird to me that I cannot figure out, Pierce, is that back those kind of watches, like mechanical watches, sometimes they would start to fade, right? And you have to get them tuned up and shit like that. Digital changed everything. We have a fucking microwave clock that falls behind.
Oh.
What is that? I've been noted. I usually don't pick up on it until it's like a full 2 minutes.
Okay.
And I haven't done anything for a while. It's at 4 right now.
Oh, geez.
But I'm like, how is that happening? Because it works differently. It's digital.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
That is weird. I don't know. Got some old.
Well, then there's those
shit
things
going
called the atomic clocks, right?
Yeah.
And they're
super
set. They're
precise.
set on the whatever I don't know where the actual atomic clock is, but they're based on the atomic clock.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
is the actual?
There's like a
atomic
master one. Yeah, I don't know.
clock? Who's the
Somebody's
leader
made
of
it
these
up.
clocks, and where is he at? Right?
And how small are your hands to work on that thing, buddy?
Atomic clock. Let's see here. Let's look this up. I've never really actually. Time.gov. All right, you telling us the government controls this shit?
Probably, actually. That makes
Fucking
sense.
Probably, huh? Yeah, God damn it. Here's the Wikipedia. The atomic clock that measures time by monitoring the resonant frequency of atoms. It is based on atoms having different energy levels, electron states, and an atom are associated with different energy levels. And in the transitions between such states, they interact with very specific frequency and electromagnetic radiation. This phenomenon serves as the basis for the International System of Units, the SI definition of a second. Okay.
Wow. So when did it become based on that, I wonder? Because what was it based? What did we call a second before?
Uh-huh.
It could have been slightly off before we came up with the atomic clock.
Yeah.
How smart are some of us fucking humans, dude? Just when you were reading that, I was like, this is a clock. I know. But we're all chained to our clocks. Like everything's, like clockwork. What the fuck, dude?
So there is an actual clock.
There's one single atomic clock.
Well, there's this one here. NIST physicists Steve Jeffords and Tom Hevner are with the NIST F2 Caesium fountain atomic clock. Wow. Okay.
So wait a minute.
Wow, look at this thing. Okay, so
bro, am I tripping or are they just fucking with me? You can buy an atomic clock for $32 on Amazon.
Yeah, but it's based on the actual.
What does that mean though? It's not. Is it something? Is that?
Is it transmitted? I think it's transmitted. I think it's like kept up with like
really?
With the actual.
I never realized how dumb I was about this. I don't fucking know anything. I'm like, what exactly? Even when you read that definition, I get it. It's like, so it's based on the interaction of certain molecules that have like certain resonant frequencies, and those frequencies are predictable, and we use that to predict the length of a second ultimately. But then here it is. So many more questions.
So this one right here. So it says the NIST Caesium fountain clock measures time with an uncertainty of 1 second in 300 million years.
Oh shit!
The NIST F2 was brought online on the 3rd of April 2014. So so all the clocks that you on Amazon or something like that are tied to that clock.
How weird. You know what's even weirder is that we can have something, we're all the way down to the subatomic level and we still are off though.
Yeah.
We can never get it absolutely fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Well, think about it, because time for us is based on days and shit. It's all founded here on Earth.
Yeah.
Like the way our planet moves through space, the way it moves around the sun. But we all do also know that one day the sun's going to die, right? And this planet won't be in this. And we think of this, I think we think of our solar system like this, like the sun's in the middle. And then these planets are on this never ending trajectory going at a constant speed in a perfect circle around the sun forever. And I don't think we believe that or think about that consciously, but that's kind of like the feel that you have. But you don't realize it's because our lives are such small, teeny ass little pieces of time in general that we don't really perceive that that's a ending process. Like we're eventually spinning into the sun.
Yeah.
Like it's not like we're going to be here forever, but it takes so long that for us, we might as well just be in a circle or an elliptical shape going around the sun forever. And so then when you think of the whole concept of time, how we perceive it and how we measure it specifically, the whole thing starts breaking down, bro. Because you're like, it's not a machine. This isn't going to go on forever. So the rate of time is going to change.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Where are we, Pierce, right now? I don't even know.
Floating around in space.
Floating around in space.
On a fucking rock.
Maybe it's that day we should do those mushrooms finally. I think we got to find ourselves today, Pierce.
And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be at the CU game tonight.
Yeah, time's a weird thing. Mushrooms will save us all, my friends. With that, I mean, that's the end of it. I know I said with that, that's your line.
Yeah.
We'll fucking end it immediately.
Yeah, so like I was saying before, you guys, check on your people. Make sure everyone's all right. You know, it's okay not to be okay, but damn it, man, if you're struggling, let somebody know. You know, talk to somebody, even if it's not somebody you know. You know, if it's just a random, suicide hotlines available, stuff like that. You know, just if you don't have anybody, I'm your person. So DM me, talk to me, and we'll get you all right. We need with that $1, it is a wrap. Cheers.